Hey everyone, so today I'm whipping up a batch of fire cider, which I make every season to kind of get us through cold and flu season, which is always a fun one. Now, I thought I'd share kind of what I do. I'm not sure if I'll have time to post a full recipe and blog post on it, but I wanted to do a quick video so you kind of understand how to make it, how easy it is, and how awesome it is. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and chopped all the ingredients because a video of me chopping these for 45 minutes would probably suck. So let's go over what is in my fire cider. We have turmeric root, ginger, garlic, onions, jalapenos, horseradish, lemon, and apple cider vinegar. So very, very straightforward. All of these roots have amazing anti-inflammatory properties. They're great for boosting your gut health, which is kind of the base for your immune system. And that's kind of why I include them all. Now, I like to split this into two separate jars when I do this. And the reason why is there's a couple different ways you can use fire cider. A lot of people just do shots of it whenever they feel kind of a sore, scratchy throat coming on, and we definitely do this, which is why I make two batches. So one batch will sit for us to do kind of shots when we feel a scratchy throat coming on, and the other batch I actually make into a salad dressing so that we kind of get a big immune boost throughout the season without compromising any flavor. So let's try that again. Hey everyone, so today I am making a batch of fire cider. If you haven't heard of fire cider, it's kind of an elixir of immune boosting health. And what it is, it contains a lot of roots that have a ton of anti-inflammatory properties and kind of help boost your gut health, which is the base for your immune system. So I make this at the start of every cold and flu season to kind of get us through the winter. And today I thought I'd share. I'm not sure if I'll have time to get a full blog post up, but I wanted to give you a video to kind of show how it's done. Now what I've done is I've already chopped all of the roots because it seemed like a waste of video to watch me chop roots for 30 minutes. But what we have is half a cup of turmeric root, a quarter of horseradish root, and you actually want the actual roots, not the powders. We have a quarter cup of ginger, 4 cloves of garlic, half a jalapeno, and a whole half cup of onions, plus lemon and apple cider vinegar. And what we're gonna do is ferment them for a few weeks and take all of their nutrients, and then you can kind of choose what you do. Now you'll notice that I have 2 jars here. And the reason for that is because I use one jar for shots. What I mean by that is after it ferments, whenever we feel a scratchy throat coming on, we'll just start downing shots of the fire cider. So it is kind of used and then it's already coming. I need an extra boost. The other jar I make into a salad dressing that we use that normally lasts a couple of months. And that kind of gives us a nice immune boost every single week. So you don't have to do this, you can do it all in one jar. It's honestly preference. That said, if you are doing shots of it, know that it is not the most flavorful thing unless you sweeten it, which we will be doing after. So what I've done is I've split half of the ingredients into one jar. And from there, what I'm going to do is juice half a lemon into the jar over top of all of the roots. So this is my favorite apparatus ever. In the summertime, you make a lot of lemonade, and this just comes in handy. So I've juiced half of the lemon. Every so often I'll throw some zest in, so I'm actually just gonna zest part of this other half, mainly because why not? If you're already putting the lemon in, you already have X amount of health properties, why not add some lemon zest to it? So we're gonna zest, oh, we don't want the seed in there. We're gonna zest the lemon in. We already have all of our roots in, and then it's really, really straightforward. You're going to take apple cider vinegar. Now, I think this one I actually got at an apple market, but you can get, I think Bragg's has an amazing apple cider vinegar. What you're really, really looking for is that it contains the mother. So that may sound creepy to you, but when you are into fermentation, that's what you need. That's all of your bacteria. So if without it, nothing's going to ferment. You actually have to have it use the mother. So what you want to do when you ferment is you want to submerge, oh, my hands are slippery, I think. I probably should have done this ahead of time. You want to submerge the ingredients in your jars in the vinegar, and they are going to rise, and you don't want them to rise above the vinegar. So then what you're going to do, there is a lot of fancy equipment. I use Ziploc bags filled with water to push it all down. So we're going to start by just pouring in a bunch of apple cider vinegar. So I like to go about an inch or two above the top. A little bit more. There we go. Okay. And the reason I'm putting so much in is because, like I said, I do make a salad dressing out of it, so I want as much liquid as I can possibly kind of have in there so that our salad dressing lasts a while. So you're going to see how everything is kind of floating to the top. So it won't ferment if everything is above the apple cider vinegar. So what I do is I take a Ziploc baggie, I pour some water into it. How much water kind of depends on your jar and how heavy you need it. And then I put my hands in, or the spatula here, my hand doesn't fit. And I just push everything down to the bottom. Now, as you can see, a little bit is still floating. That just means I need more water. So I'm gonna pour some more water in so that it presses everything down. So you just get those from under there, and you just want to make sure they're submerged. They can be up a little bit, but you want to make sure that the majority of them are underneath the water, or the apple cider vinegar. So what I'm going to do from there, I normally just leave this open, and then I either throw some wax paper over top, or you can just cover it loosely. But the reason why you want something over top is just to prevent the vinegar from rusting your jar through. So what I will do, so I'll grab a little bit of wax paper, do this, and then I will throw my lid on. Good. Okay, so that is batch number 1. Now, all you have to do with this is let it sit in a nice semi-room temperature, cool, dark place for 4 weeks. That's it. Just let it hang out. All right? That's what's going to ferment. It's going to take all the nutrients. It's going to turn it into living bacteria. Yay. So we're gonna let that ferment. After the 4 weeks is up, and you really just don't touch it, after the 4 weeks is up, what you're gonna do is strain all of the roots and the items out of the apple cider vinegar, keep the liquid, and then sweeten it with raw local honey. So the reason that we sweeten it is A, this tastes terrible if it's not sweetened. B, because honey is a great remedy for cold and flu in itself. It has antibacterial properties. And if you get local honey, I find, especially in the spring, it helps reduce your allergies because you're a bit more used to the pollen. And because it makes it taste better. So it kind of works for our salad dressing. So what I'll do is I'll strain all that out. I'll add in as much honey to taste. Now, for the shots, we don't add a whole lot of honey just because we don't want the excess sugar. We want potent shots. But for our salad dressing, we do add a decent amount until we go for flavor. So that's kind of all you have to do. Like I said, you don't have to split it into 2. You also don't need fancy equipment. These are just 2 mason jars and Ziploc bags. So it's fairly simple. But I'm going to throw this in a cool, dark place for the next few weeks and then pop it out towards the end of October and just hope it gets us through cold and flu season. So it's that simple. It's really, really gut boosting. We make a couple of batches every year just because it works so well. And it's simple. All the things you can buy at your local farmer's market. Now, a quick note, I do for this buy organic roots and everything. And the only reason is because I'm using this to heal. I want them to be as potent as possible and not kind of filtered down with any pesticides or any random things. So I do try and go as more natural as possible. I will use homegrown if I've grown any of these, but the truth is I suck at gardening. So normally I just go to the farmer's market and make sure that I grab an organic brand to make this because it is for healing. So give it a shot. Let me know A, if it works, how it tastes, and if you like it or not. Enjoy.